Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking part in a league race as a reserve for the McLaren team in the AON Platinum tier. Now, after the success of the Create series where we finished P2, I thought I'd dabble my hand back into a little bit of league racing where possible. But as we start on our outlap, we're already met with the typical Monza queues, and get ready for the pandemonium, as Poison clearly had no time to wait. Absolute scenes on the outlap. So as we get our first timed lap underway, you can clearly see there's a lot of rain on the circuit, but it's still dry enough for slicks. I haven't driven in this weather on this game for such a long time. So actually getting my brake timing right, how much brake I could actually apply without locking up the rears into the chicanes was quite crucial. And getting that confidence back under my belt again, ready to go and push towards the end of the session. This isn't the quickest lap you are going to see. There were some much quicker drivers than myself competing in this tier. And what you're about to see right now is a prime case of just learning your braking zones, because we slid into that corner into the Ascari chicane, and that cost us some time, a couple of attempts at least. As you can see, Poison has gapped us on the run down to Parabolica. This lap does put us P4 when we eventually cross the line. But myself and BRT Larkin knew we're going to have to give each other the slipstream, a good bit of towage to help improve our lap times. Absolutely goated teamwork there for Exotic. That put in P2. Now, I'm going to let the final lap, qualifying lap run, so enjoy.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Huh?
Thank you.
No problem.
Huh?
Purple, and a green sector 2 wasn't enough to put us P1. And in fact, we finished the session in P4. So not too bad. Plenty of room to improve on. And we are going to go for a hard, medium strategy. And, yeah, this game just does not want to give anyone a break, unfortunately, at the moment, with the amount of glitches it is throwing up. So at the end of lap 2, the elusive safety car's going in, and we are going to get some racing underway here at Monza. All the top 4 drivers are running on the hard compounder tyre, so it's crucial we can keep our advantage in tyre life. But as we head down towards turn 1, it looks like Poison and Hassan miss their braking points slightly. As we get a slight nudge, Poison drops down the order. I genuinely thought I was going to get collected at turn 1, but we managed to survive that. And now it's just a case of working together with Kian, with Exotic and Overwatch, who's in the lead, and try and pull away from Hassan, who is on those mediums. He's going to be a threat in this race, particularly on this stint, as tyre performance is going to be crucial in these early stages of the race. What I found around this circuit, it's been a long time since I've raced at Monza.
Nah, I think he's trying to break your DRS.
Having to deploy your DRS to try and just maintain, you know, within that 1 second delta. So when DRS is enabled, you get the benefits from it. The three guys in front, I would probably say, are quicker than me around Monza. But I'm so hesitant on this circuit, especially into the braking points of turn 1 and turn 3. I don't want to rear end anyone. And I've never really felt like I was close enough to go and mount an attack into there. Purely because of how close everybody is. But as we go on to lap 6, DRS is enabled. Hassan's going to have a look up our inside into turn 1. We're going to try and fight it round the outside into 1, inside for 2. But then Hassan's grip on those mediums just sees him sail on through. And I never wanted to lose any more positions if possible. So I made the strategic decision to start dumping my ERS to stick with Hassan and defend from poison behind. Until later on in the race where the tyre wear does switch over into our favour. And when we can start effectively attacking the medium runners and potentially the hard runners later on into the stint. But as you're about to see, the braking points at Monza always catch me out. And I mentioned it around turn 1. I hate getting too close to people. As, you know, I'm fortunate here. Hassan left the door open. Otherwise, I would have been straight into the back of him. Probably spinning Hassan around, giving myself wing damage. But this could work in our favour, as Hassan's almost out of the 1 second DRS window. So we go through the second chicane at Monza. We both get an even exit. The gap lingering around 2.5–3 tenths of a second. Hassan is in the DRS range of keying ahead. And I imagine Hassan now is going to dump like crazy to catch up to the back of Kian before we go through the Ascari chicane. And the game right on cue lets us know that we have picked up damage somewhere. I was told by Exotic it is a glitch. I can't remember this happening to me before. Let me know in the comments box if you've had this happen. You know, what's been the downside, if any, from the message from Mark.
Oh, Keen got some
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, barely 8 laps in and a safety car. So we're going to box in, switch onto the medium compound tyres, but we are going to get held up by our teammate who is ahead of us.
No, God!
Could really do without that. So you're going to see us go from P5 all the way down to P9. Briefly dip back up to P8, but Poison's going to stay out to try and gain some track position. Yeah. So at the end of lap 9, the safety car is coming in. We are on the better tyre compound now. Versus quite a few of the runners ahead. So these opening 2 or 3 laps are going to be crucial for us. We need to make progress if we want to get back within touching distance of the leading pack, or at least leading trio. So down into turn 1 we go. A bit chaotic up ahead with Gelato and Poison. Tiny bit of contact. But then we are going to deploy like crazy, and we're going to push to try and make the move on Poison, who is on the hard compound tyres. We are going to look to have the outside line into the second chicane. We can brake later. Job done. That's us up to P8 as Hazard touches the back tyre of Runnard, moving him down the grid. So up to P7. on the first lap after the safety car. We are on a charge. Next up for us is Runnard, another quick driver. We're going to have to see where his weaknesses are with these tyres and when we can actually pounce. So we go through the Ascari chicane. He does get a little bit of a wobble on the exit. We're going to deploy a little bit of ERS just to carry that momentum through. Runnard looks like he's burning a little bit more than us. Through Parabolica, Runnard gets a really, really wide line. We're going to deploy and use the momentum and the grip from these medium compound tyres on the exit and swoop up into P6. BRT James is up next. Need to defend into turn 1. We do leave Runnard space, but as far as I'm concerned, that is job done and into P6. One thing I didn't notice at the time while we were racing, the grip on the exit of turn 2 and the slipstream is so powerful around here because we are pretty much on the back of BRT James. Less than 0.2 of a second as we go through the first of the Lesmos. We're going to put him under a bit of pressure. Are we going to have a look for the second Lesmo? Not this time. We're going to stick behind James. We're going to push him down towards the Ascari chicane. James has already dropped out of the DRS range of Gelato. So we need to make this overtake as soon as physically possible. Preferably before the DRS is enabled. So we're going to dump a load of battery. We're going to move to the outside down towards Parabolica. We get the job done way before the corner. And when we skip forward 6 laps, we have already left Hassan by over 5.5 seconds. Everyone at the moment just seems to be biding their time, building their ERS up, ready for the final 10 laps. But then we get another safety car. This time we're not going to get held up as much, but we are going to switch to a brand new set of soft compound tyres. Ready to push to the end. And as we get back underway, I genuinely felt like we could achieve a podium. We just needed to get past Overwatch on those mediums as soon as physically possible. Myself and Gelato on the softs, Kian as well. Nothing into turn 1, but we do make a tiny bit of contact with Gelato on the exit of the chicane. I opt to let Gelato carry on, not to push to make a position, but then we have to defend from Dark Hazard, who's less than 1/10 of a second behind us. He did get quite close, but fortunately he didn't look to make a move on us. Through the Ascari chicane, and as you can see, Dark Hazard picked up a 3-second time penalty. Now this could be crucial for us if we make a mistake later on in this race. But at the moment we've got a comfortable gap to Hazard. We now need to start putting the pressure on Gelato to get a move done and back up into P4 where we started this race. Down towards turn 1, we're going to brake just before the 100 metre board. And everybody's through cleanly. No issues. And we're going to skip forward to the back half of lap 22. As we deploy our ERS, we're going to get alongside Gelato for the inside line at Parabolica. That puts us up to P4. We do pick up a track warning. That is our first of the race. So nothing to worry about there. As long as we don't pick up any more, we should be okay. And another thing to mention, Gelato picked up a 3-second time penalty, I believe on the exit of Ascari, just before we made that move. Again, another crucial moment in this race.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
But we make a huge mistake of our own. We lock up on the entry to Ascari. Gelato passes us. Dark Hazard passes us as well. And behind us is Poison, who fortunately has a 3-second time penalty. So, if it finishes as it does, we are going to get P4. But
Keane just turned
at turn
across,
1,
didn't
there
he?
was contact between Keane and Exotic. Keane and Exotic fighting for P1. So that theoretically puts us in P3 as long as we can stay within the DRS and the 3-second time
flashing?
gap to Hazard and Gelato. We should be finishing with a podium. And yeah, at this point, you know, getting towards the end of the race, my heart was beating out of my chest. I might look calm and concentrated, but yeah, after that mistake, it certainly sent a few nerves through my body. Which I certainly could have done without. Certainly didn't need that. So as we start the final lap of the race, we're going to let this one run out and you can enjoy what you're about to see.
By about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Yes, JT's flashing.
Okay. I should have the win. It's just a main car, got it.
Absolutely huge result on our debut in AON. P3 and P1 for the McLaren duo. And yeah, I was very relieved. I'm very fortunate to finish on the podium.
McLaren Cup.
And that wraps up this league
good,
race
that.
here at
GB,
Monza.
what was your
If you
comment?
enjoyed the video and you like what you see, please drop a sub to the channel. And we will be back racing live on Twitch next Monday, the 20th of November at 7 PM. Feel free to come along and chat with us and watch the racing live. But that'll do for now. Cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend.